Attention all TWU Local 250A members. Friends, I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to address some questions that have been asked by many of our members, and many of these questions I've seen on our social network sites, and so it seems like these questions are somewhat popular. So remember, friends, even if you believe that a question is simple, or if it has a simple answer, please feel free to ask it, because we are all here to learn from each other. Before we get to some of your questions, I want you to know that we've done our best in terms of reaching out to media sources, including TV stations, newspapers, radio stations, etc. And what we've been doing is trying to relay our message to the general public about what's really happening here on a daily basis, to let the public know that it is not the operator's fault when it comes to the decline in service, when it comes to the lack of service. It's the agency's fault, not the operator's fault. The agency is the reason why passengers are having to wait 30 to 40 minutes for a bus that used to arrive 6 or 7 minutes. It is the agency's fault as to why there is a shortage of operators. The agency took over half a year to implement this general sign-up, and they still couldn't get it together. The agency is the responsible party. If you take a look at our MOU, go ahead and pick up a copy of our MOU. If you don't have it, it's also online. In our MOU, Article 13, Section 13.4, all right? Just follow along with me. Just pull it up on the internet there. You can find it. Section 13.4, follow along. It says, the number of full-time operators, the available operator force, shall be at least 120% of the number of scheduled runs plus blocks as determined by each general sign-up, division sign-up, or division sign-up for service needs. If the available operator force falls below 120% of the number of scheduled runs plus blocks for more than 30 days after the first day of a sign-up, the Sfmta shall initiate the process of training and hiring sufficient full-time operators to attain the 120% available operator force. Now, friends, we all know that there is not a 120% available operator force. So this right here is one of many violations that the agency is in violation of. The agency is constantly violating, let's see, something as simple as seniority. Many of us, hundreds of us, have seen that happen time and time again. Violating seniority through favoritism. The agency makes up their own rules, and then they violate their own rules. The agency has no oversight, and as a result they do whatever it is that they want. Let me give you an example of this. Once again, in the MOU, it was brought to our attention. Let's open up our book to Article 13, Section 13.12. It states here, multiple car trains are 2 or 3 cars coupled for lead car control. During the term of this MOU, LRV operators may be assigned to operate 2 or 3 car trains while the cars are in operation between West Portal or Church and DuBose and Embarcadero stations. An LRV operator may be assigned to operate 2 cars for pull-out and pull-in movements on the street, provided that the second car is not in service and its doors are not operated. Let me read that last sentence again. An LRV operator may be assigned to operate 2 cars for pull-out and pull-in movements on the street, provided that the second car is not in service and its doors are not operated. Now, I speak English just as well as you do, and my understanding of this section is that the second car is not to be in service and its doors are not to be operated. We brought this up to the agency, and what do you think they said? Well, we let them know, and every second that the second car train is in service, the agency is in violation. However, since the agency, as you already know, is self-governing, since they're autonomous, and since they have no oversight whatsoever, they are simply not going to comply with their own rules once again. Wow. Heavy stuff, friends. Heavy stuff. Before I go on with this, let me just begin answering some of your questions. That was just a quick insight as to what's happening and what's going on. So, question number one. What does it mean to work the rules? Friends, the agency pays us to do a job. They pay us to pick up passengers. They pay us to wait for the elderly to sit down so that they don't fall down. The agency pays us to drive at or below the speed limit. They pay us to make complete stops whenever we see that sign that says stop. It's required for us to make complete stop signs, not Hollywood stops, not rolling stops, not California stops. We are required to make full stops. That's what's required of us. The agency pays us to wear this little guy right here, that's known as a safety vest, whenever we step outside the bus. The agency tells us don't eat or drink anything while you operate the vehicle. So, this is what it means to work the rules. Pick up passengers, wait for the elderly to sit down, don't drive above the speed limit, use this little guy right here whenever you step outside the vehicle. Make complete stops whenever you see a stop sign. Stay in the service lane. That's what it means to work the rules. Do not make right turns from the left lane whenever you're on Market Street, because that is both dangerous and illegal. So that's what it means to work the rules. Just work the rules. There's nobody that I know of that has gotten in trouble for working the rules. I mean, people are constantly talking about taking a direct work action and doing this and doing that. Friends, this here is a direct work action. If we all just follow the rules, if we all work the rules, that right there is a legitimate direct work action where nobody in the entire fleet is going to get reprimanded, scolded, or written up in any way, shape, or form, because these are their rules. These are the agency's rules. Friends, if we work the rules, you will feel better about your day. You will feel healthier because you will feel less stressed about trying to make the schedule. My last point about this is that a while back I was having a conversation with an operator who stated that for many years he did straight through runs, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours straight through runs, and he never took a 702. Never took a 702, never took a break. And he was so proud of this. It's as if he felt like a man. Man, I've never taken a 702. I work straight through runs every single year. I don't need no 702. And it's interesting because this operator is a good friend of mine. He's now having back problems and knee problems because he would never take any sort of break whatsoever. He just utilized the recovery time, the 3, 4, 5 minute recovery times at the end of each terminal. And it really sucks because he's a good friend of mine, and like I said, he's having serious health problems. So taking a 702 does not make you less of a man. Being able to say, I've never once taken a 702, that does not make you a man, that does not make you a woman. It simply, in my belief, it makes you a tool for the agency, and the agency loves it because they get every single minute worth out of you in terms of doing the work. And it's really sad, you know. If you work without ever taking care of yourself, you just become a tool for the agency, and when your health deteriorates, the agency will not be there for you, friends. So please take care of yourself because the agency will not. That's in regards to the first question, in regards to what does it mean to work the rules. What does it mean to work the rules? Friends, question number 2 says, is it illegal to bring my phone to work? No, it's not illegal for you to bring your phone to work. Simply follow the rules and you'll be okay. What are the rules? Turn your cell phone off when you're working. Stow your cell phone and keep your phone off of your body while you are operating. So what does that mean? That means simply take your cell phone, turn it off, and put it inside your backpack, put it inside your purse, put it inside your lunchbox. If you don't carry anything with you, then you can just simply go to McDonald's and grab a paper bag, go to Walgreens. Here's my little Walgreens bag when I picked up my my prescription. Here it is. Look, turn off your cell phone, put it in the bag, and put it behind the what's that called? The glove box, the compartment behind the bus, or up on top, and that's it. You're good to go. You don't need a backpack if you, or excuse me, if you don't have a backpack or a purse or a lunchbox. There you go. Walk into McDonald's, get a little paper bag. There it is. I have an extra one of these if anybody needs one, okay? Next question. It says here, is there a barbecue this month? Is there a barbecue this month? Friends, I have bad news and I have good news for you. The bad news is that you missed the barbecue. The barbecue was held last month, Saturday, July 28th at Kennedy Park in Hayward. We had a great time, and I'm sorry that you missed it, but there were a lot of operators there, both current and retirees, and that barbecue was absolutely amazing. It was great. So that's the bad news. I'm sorry that you missed it. The good news is that there is an annual picnic. Picnic at the Dam, hosted by Flynn, Saturday, August 11th. Picnic at the Dam, gates open at 7 o'clock in the morning until 7:30 p.m. Saturday, August 11, 2018, San Pablo Reservoir Recreation Area, 7301 San Pablo Dam Road, El Sobrante, California, 94608. The picnic is at 10 o'clock in the morning until 7:30 at night. So bring the friends, bring the family members, and remember it is a potluck. So to go back to your original question, no, there is no barbecue this month. There is, however, a little picnic that's happening. Annual picnic hosted by Flynn. So that goes that question. Question number 4. It's a very interesting question, and I believe it has a simple answer, but then it's easier said than done, right? So question number 4 says here, can we eliminate the Sfmta? The simple answer is yes. Yes, we can. But first, we need to organize ourselves, friends. We need to organize ourselves in order to take it to that next level. The mayor is upset with the mismanagement that the agency has caused. Supervisor Valley Brown, if you've been paying attention in the press, Supervisor Valley Brown is calling for a hearing from the Sfmta to investigate the reduction in service. If you remember last year, I believe it was in November of 2017, I believe, I'm not sure. Last year, I remember it was, I think Aaron Peskin and Supervisor Asha Safai tried to introduce a ballot measure that would have separated the Sfmta. Nowadays, San Francisco residents, community-based organizations, and nonprofits are organizing themselves against the Sfmta because of the debacle that the Sfmta, the agency, is causing in terms of run cuts, in terms of service cuts, in terms of delays, etc. So this means that this is now the time for us as TWU Local 250A to organize ourselves and become a united force to be reckoned with. If the supervisors are standing up against the Sfmta, if the mayor is standing up against the Sfmta, if the media, the public is standing up against the Sfmta, and we have dozens of smaller community-based organizations, nonprofit organizations that are standing up to the Sfmta, well then let us organize ourselves, friends. Let us organize ourselves so that we can be a force to be reckoned with. This contract here expires in 10 months. It expires in 10 months, June of 2019. If we do not organize ourselves right now, then we will be thrown under the bus once again. So this is me asking you for your help. Please support the movement that we are building. What is the movement that we are building? It's the movement to educate ourselves and to organize ourselves so that when the time comes, we will be ready for the fight, which is both imminent and inevitable. So please help me out because I cannot do it by myself, friends. And this is me reaching out to you, asking you for your help and asking you for your support. Remember to join us the third Wednesday of every month. This month it'll be Wednesday, August 15th at 7 p.m. at City College Southeast Campus for our general membership meeting, and every other third Wednesday of each month. I want everyone to know that I put an end to the violence, I put an end to the hostilities, I put an end to the fighting, and we are now conducting the meetings in a professional manner according to Robert's Rules of Orders, with order, discipline, integrity, and respect. Your voices will be heard. I will be there to listen to you. I might not be able to have all of the answers that you are looking for, but at least you can be heard. So friends, please help us out. Help us grow in numbers. Help us in terms of the contract, which expires in 10 months, because as I've stated before, I cannot do it by myself. I will not do it by myself. And this is me asking you for your help and for your support. Until next time, be safe out there, friends, and remember, work the rules.